I had all the goods. Now, you know, there are times that life is just a jumble. It's just a jumble, isn't it? Everything feels chaotic. Nothing feels orderly. There's no way to see a path through. It's just covered in confusion. But I believe that when things are in that situation, if you make the next best choice, just make that, then you'll know what to do afterwards. So in this situation, the next best choice is just kind of look through this and see what's going on here. Now, what we're making are purse charms or backpack charms. Those are quite the rage right now. And so I just went through all my bits and baubles to see what I had that we could use. And I had these clip rings. See this? I know in order to make a purse or a bag charm, I do need a clip ring. And so that's my first best choice. And then I think I'll be able to figure out what to do next. So when you're making a bag charm, there's all different kinds of ways to clip the charm onto your bag. And you can have very, very simple charms. You can have a charm that's nothing more than just taking ribbon and putting it through the loop, the metal ring, and then just tie a bow. Just tie one of those floppy bows like I've been telling you about. You know, just a floppy bow. And so I've got plenty of fabric here, and we can make a ribbon. So let's go ahead and put this through there. You can put as much, you can put as many things on your charm as what will fit or attach to this ring. You know, it's kind of like making the homecoming corsages in Dallas, Texas. The bigger, the better. The more you can get to hang on there, the better it's gonna be. So let's see what all we can get on here. First, I want to just tie this floppy bow, one ribbon. And you can do that with tearing the fabric like I showed you. Actually, I demonstrated it in a different video. But what I want to do for this one, I want to just keep attaching different ribbons to here. And I kind of want to build on these colors that are in this animal print here. I think it would also be pretty to have one of these. It's a little more solid and it will create some contrast. These don't have to be all the same length. They don't have to be all the same width. I've continued looping ribbon through this little ring right here. And this is when your stash of ribbon comes in so handy, and it's already put together like this with the safety pin, you know how I showed you in that other video, because you know exactly how much of a specific ribbon you have to work with. I decided that I wanted to add 4 buttons and this bead off of this old jewelry So I'm going to save that for last because I'll show you that. But to do the ribbons, on my largest ribbon, I want to use this burlap twine, this. So I looped it through right there, and now I'm going to tie it in a knot first. I'm going to tie it in a good knot so it doesn't slip around. And then honestly, I've got to figure out how to make this button stay on here. I just want it to kind of hang and dangle. In order to keep it from sliding off, obviously, it'll have to have a knot in it. That makes sense. Perfect sense. So I think I'll just do that. Tie a knot like that. Oh my goodness, y'all, this is looking so cute. So festive. Let's see, why don't I put this yellow button, get that over there. I think I'll put the yellow button on this other piece here. There, that's looking so cute. So you see, I've just been figuring this out as I go, one good choice at a time. I knew that I wanted to make a purse or backpack charm, but I didn't know exactly how to do it. I had to figure it out as I went. So I just made the next best choice. Now, I just realized something that I hadn't thought too much about when I first started, so I'll make sure this happens. I'll tell you that in a second. I'm still adding buttons, okay? I'm adding 2 small buttons, so I'm using this white crochet thread for those. And it's this little teeny tiny one and this little teeny tiny one. Aren't they cute? So as you work on this, the vision just all comes together. Now here's one thing that I had not thought about too much when I started, but as I worked on it, I realized it. And that's how it is in life when you start finding your way along. So these right here could slide out. See that? When I pull on them, they can slide. And I don't want them to slide. Another thing you need to be sure and do is cut your ribbon at an angle like this, so that it doesn't unravel. Or you can also cut it in a point, if a dovetail if you want to, like that. Either way will keep it from unraveling. But I don't want these sliding around. Now my cords that I have the buttons attached to, I tied them very tightly around this ring before I put the button on. Now, in order to keep these from sliding, what I've decided to do is take another piece of ribbon, or you could tear a piece of fabric and do that. You could sew it, you could hot glue it. This is what I'm doing. This is gonna be easy. Really easy. Just gonna wrap it around everything, tie it in a good tight knot. Okay, so as I try to do that, I can tell that this has enough stretch in it that it's loosening. It's not holding tightly. So that would be so cute though. That would be cute. So what I'm gonna do is I'll use some of this to make it really secure. I'm gonna use this to make it really secure, and then this to make it really cute. So just tie that in a good hard knot like that. This is easier when you have 8 hands. But we'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get it. Make sure that's secure right there, and make sure that's secure right there, just like that. And of course, I'm gonna have to tie it in a floppy bow. These floppy bows, people are loving them. There we go. I've got one last thing, and I want to put this pretty little bead, because everything needs just a little bit of sparkle, doesn't it? And what I'm going to do is use, this is just from old broken jewelry, use this chain and this lobster clip, and you can buy packages of both of these, or you can buy whole rolls of chain if you want to. But I had this, so I'm going to use it. So this chain with this lobster clip, I'm going to attach this bead to it. Now that this bead is attached to the chain with the lobster clip, I can hook this lobster clip right onto this ring like that. Girls love to collect charms. So now as they get a new charm, they can attach them to this chain right here. Cute as a button. And then there's plenty of room to attach as many charms as they want. And they can clip this onto their purse handle or their backpack. They could clip it onto the handle of their water bottle, whatever they want to put this on. It just makes me so happy. What are you doing to bring hope and joy to your life? There is a myriad of creative ways to bring hope and joy. And if you pay attention, you'll feel it somewhere inside. That joy and that little spark of hope, you'll feel it as you do creative things. It may not be making a purse charm and a purse and backpack charm from all the bits and baubles that you have laying around. It may be sitting down and playing the piano. It may be reading a book. It may be taking a walk. It may be listening to a child's laughter. Creativity comes in so many ways, but if you pay attention, you will feel that little spark of hope and joy inside from the simplest little things. So what are you doing today to be creative, to bring hope and joy to yourself and to those you influence? You can create your story and change your life.